so many of you will come and say, tell me about this ANCHI, or what does this ANCHI say, or this kind of thing. But the real fun is when you're able to pick it up yourself. And in this case, you have in front of you ANCHIs that you want for a directed purpose. And you are going to pick the directed purpose. And for those of you who are not part of the group, this is a workshop with an advanced group of people. They're familiar with ANCHIs, familiar with subtle energy, and I would call this something that anyone can try, but certainly this group is prepared for it. It may or may not be what you do with your ANCHIs. Your ANCHIs may be something you use for pain, athletic injuries, for whatever. But for this group, we're going to explore an exchange of information that belongs to you and what occurs with this type of technology. Every ANCHI is technology. If you look at the stones are not going to open a mouth and talk to you. That's not what happens. They have individual personalities. Those of you around them, you know an individual stone is like an individual person. And they are all accessing through quantum principles literally infinite possibility and information that is brought back to be practical. These crystals are not about being etheric. They are about providing a service to you that is hands-on, functional, and functional in your everyday life. So, I used to counsel for every one of these talks, and what they said was better than what I was going to say, so you've heard what they were going to say. But if you understand what the exchange is, in some sense, to get started, you may think of what is in front of you as transmitting. They're transmitting to you. And what they transmit is energy. They're all about energy. So you have an energetic interaction that is universal. I don't care if it's plant, animal, human, or water. The field around this in energy understands and responds. So you may not get words. You may get a feeling or a sense. Sometimes those feelings you can translate into words. Sometimes your feeling stays a feeling. And then you decipher, this is what I felt, or this, it just seemed like this to me. That is an energetic exchange. So be specific. It could be, what is it you would like for me to know? Or for me, I had a specific issue. And that's what a counsel is for, a specific issue. I had titles to these 3 workshops. And I thought it'd be interesting from the perspective of the crystals and what they carried. What was their respect, how they would consider what is going on. For what it's worth for them, these kinds of interactions are the kinds of things they have anticipated and waited for. They've set there in potential, and no one is using it. So when they get a chance for that interaction, which is the natural state of a quantum principle, is interaction. It's fundamental. So when they get a chance for that, it is something that they are enthusiastic about. So you have your counsel, you have your paper, and we're going to do this several times. do you kind of get, you know, that I kind of got something there that time. And so let's spend some time. I don't need to know what it is you're asking your ANCHI to help you with, your counsel. But let's take about 5 minutes where you sit, you ask, and oh, I have one thing to say to you that's crucial. This is subtle energy. If you are going to have your own mind made up, or you're emotional, you're going to override this subtle energy. And all you're going to get is your own thoughts. And you're no better ahead. So, the number one rule of any subtle energy, whether it's a pendulum, dowsing, muscle testing, or even listening, is to go to neutral. And that's not taught. But unless you're neutral, which is quiet, it's a kind of a center thing, unless you're neutral, then you're going to color what happens. When I first started dealing with subtle energy in muscle testing in probably the early 80s, it was before they told you you couldn't self-test. That's how new it was. I had to find my way to neutrality, and I have used it ever since. My way of being neutral is to say, I don't care what the truth is, I just want to know what's true. And I'm neutral because I mean it. And it has cost me every favorite prejudice I ever had. When I went to neutral and said, I don't care what the truth is, and one was microwaves. This was back, this white hair kind of dates, but when microwaves first came out, we had one microwaves, you know, it was the hot new deal. I wasn't going near them. I wouldn't let one in the house. And on a lark, I asked what my body's favorite way of cooking was. And it was microwave, and I was not happy about that. There was a caveat, though, never high. Not higher than 2 or 3. So I just do more time on the times that I will use a microwave. Never high, not water. But, so if you go to neutral, you may hear thoughts that are different than how you generally think. And with ANCHIs, they will always make sense. What they end up telling you is practical. It will make sense. So let's see how it feels and how you do.